You're watching CalTv.
Good afternoon and welcome to CalTv. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jim Caselli. On today's show, we have some Cal Learning Center updates. The FLC has 2 videos for us. David Tsymbal will take us through the life cycle of a ticket. Amanda Gutierrez will introduce us to the YEC Playbook, and we'll interview Cal's new Chief Information Security Officer, Amitava Biswas. Let's get started with some new and updated training content that's recently been added to the Cal Learning Center. Job aids and materials. Cal 172, how the labor distribution process determines chart field combinations for distribution of payroll costs. Cal 391D, SCO approval of AR deposits, remittances on AR customer item payments. Cal 477, book-to-bank reconciliation. And Cal 542, ARF transfer request form workflow have all been updated. Cal 560, rate sets and accounting rules configurations is new. Videos. CalTv episode 67, June 26, 2025, FLC, Cal, and FSC is new. Since our last show, more than 50 online classes have been updated. You can find all of this information in an email that was sent on Tuesday, August 12th. You can also log into the Cal Learning Center at the address on your screen and click on the See What's New tile to see the list of updated information. Link and login information. The FLC is limited to authorized users. Please log in using your Cal credentials. You can access the Cal Learning Center at the address on your screen. If you have any questions, please contact the Cal Client Training section at fiscallearningcenter@fiscal.ca.gov. The FLC has a new video for us this month. Let's take a look.
Heads up, Cal users. Get excited because the Cal Learning Center's event calendar has been updated with new VILT courses ready for registration. Get ready to mark your calendars. That's right, virtual instructor-led trainings and flipped classroom Q&A sessions are now open for enrollment. To view our calendar or register for a session, log into the Cal Learning Center and access the event's calendar. Make sure to follow your department's training policy prior to registering for a class. Once approved, you'll get a confirmation email with everything you need to know to access your training. So, what are you waiting for? Enroll today. Spots are limited, and you don't want to miss this awesomeness. If you have any questions, please contact the Cal Learning Center at fiscallearningcenter@fiscal.ca.gov.
We have an interesting segment for you today with David Tsymbal. He's going to take us through the life cycle of a ticket. David, how many tickets does the Cal Service Center receive each day?
Jim, that number can vary. We can receive anywhere from 150 to 300 tickets per day.
Now, that's a lot of tickets. Tell us, how long does it take to process each one of those tickets?
Well, Jim, that can vary as well. If it's a simple password reset, we can resolve it in a matter of minutes. It can depend on a few things, such as how responsive is the caller in case we need additional information, or we may need to route the ticket to our security team, and that can take an additional 2 to 4 hours, depending on our security team's workload. If it's a purchasing ticket, accounts payable, accounts receivable, or one of our other several modules, it can take up to 5 days to resolve the ticket. More complex issues that require development and testing can take a couple of weeks to be resolved.
When our Fiscal Service Center team receives a ticket request through the ServiceNow self-service portal, what is it that you see and do on your end?
Sure, Jim. Once we receive a request through the ServiceNow self-service portal, the case will be assigned directly to the corresponding team if the submitter specified the module, streamlining ticket resolution. Otherwise, the request will show up in our service desk unassigned queue for us to review and assign accordingly. We will still open the ticket and ensure that the end user provided the required information and attachments. We will also verify that the department name or acronym is indicated along with the business unit number for the department.
And what type of information are you looking for, David?
Great question, Jim. We're looking at several key indicators when reviewing the self-service ticket. We're looking to see the brief description of the issue the end user is having, the application that is impacted. Is it in PeopleSoft, Hyperion, Business Intelligence, Fiscal Learning Center, or CalTv Procure? We're also looking at the impact field. Is it a single user that's impacted? Is it some users, most users, or everyone at their department?
And can the end user provide a description of the problem?
Most definitely, Jim. There's a section where end users can include detailed information of the issue they are having. They can provide us with the steps they have taken, the names of the reports they're having issues with, and any additional information that can help us determine what the issue is.
And David, is it important for the end user to include a screenshot when submitting a self-service ticket?
Absolutely. If the end user includes a screenshot of the entire page that they are needing assistance with, it can save us and the end user a lot of time with us helping to resolve the ticket.
And how's that, David?
Well, Jim, oftentimes we need to see exactly where within the PeopleSoft application the end user is having an issue. If you have a screenshot, then we can see the module they're having the issue in, and we'll route the ticket to the appropriate team, saving the customer time.
And when our analysts are communicating with the department, how do we know that it's okay to resolve the ticket?
That's easy, Jim. Our analysts will provide end users with a solution or further guidance for the issue that they are having. We do not mark the case as resolved until we have received confirmation from the end user or after 3 follow-up attempts over a period of 5 business days. It's important for the end user to respond to our analysts, letting them know that the issue has been resolved so that we can close the ticket.
And I believe that the end user will receive a survey at the end once a ticket is resolved. Is that right?
That's right, Jim. Once the case has been resolved, the end user will receive an email confirmation notifying them of the resolution. At the bottom of this email, end users have the opportunity to participate in a brief survey to share their feedback on our department's performance and their overall customer service experience.
Thanks, David. It's always great to have you here. On our June episode, Fiscal's Amanda Gutierrez introduced us to the YEC Playbook. We'd like to replay that segment for you now.
Thank you, Jim. It is nice to be back. As Jim said, my name is Amanda Gutierrez. I am a member of the Fiscal FSC GL unit. We're also known as the YEC team. My team assists with the month-end close and year-end close processes for the 150 departments transacting and reporting in the Fiscal system.
Amanda, again, welcome back. Last time you were here, you introduced everyone to the MEC Playbook. And this time, you're going to introduce everyone to the YEC Playbook, and I'm sure everyone is excited to hear about it.
Thank you, Jim. In our continued effort to evolve and provide effective support services to departments for month-end and year-end close, we have worked closely with partner agencies to develop the MEC Playbook, and now we have created the YEC Playbook. The YEC Playbook picks up where the MEC Playbook left off for period 12 and continues through the year-end close process. As with the MEC Playbook, new departments and those users new to the year-end close process in Fiscal will find the YEC Playbook a launching point for organizing and familiarizing themselves with the YEC activities. Experienced users may find the YEC Playbook to be a confirmation that they are checking all the boxes and proceeding through the year-end close process in a timely manner. For each step of the YEC close, this playbook includes the close activities in order of progression, their dependencies, user roles, start dates, and the estimated duration of each activity. Many resources are listed throughout the YEC Playbook to guide users in performing the activities. These resources include helpful job aids, related VILT courses, and of course, training located on Finance's website. The playbook contains a sample calendar and checklist. The sample calendar lays out and tracks the related start dates in a calendar format. This provides an overview of how the YEC activities flow through the month. The checklist is a quick glance at Fiscal Job Aid 258, and departments can review the sample year-end work plan on Finance's website. The YEC Playbook is laid out to guide departments through the various steps of the year-end close process. After departments have completed the month's transactions and are preparing to close the final month of the fiscal year, departments can utilize the YEC Playbook to line out the sequence of required YEC activities. Users will proceed through the MEC Playbook steps, then utilize the YEC Playbook along with the listed resources to complete the YEC process.
Amanda, it sounds like you covered it all. Just one last question. Where can we find the YEC Playbook?
The YEC Playbook, along with the MEC Playbook, are located in the Fiscal Learning Center. A quick search on the learner's homepage for the word playbook will result in the YEC and MEC Playbook tiles. Just click the launch link to review the documents.
Amanda, again, another fantastic resource. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
The FLC has another video for us, and here it is.
Hey, Al. I'm trying to create an asset in Fiscal, but this is all new to me. Can you help?
Ugh, I really can't. I'm slammed. I'll circle back to you in a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay.
Coworkers too busy to help you learn? Have you tried the FLC?
I've never used the FLC. I don't really know how it works.
Don't worry, I can show you. The flipped classroom in the FLC is designed to be self-paced and easy to use. Let's take it step by step. Many curriculums will begin with a pre-assessment. No minimum scores required, and you only need to take it once. On the other hand, for the post-assessment, you must achieve a passing score of 70% or higher to complete the curriculum.
Uh-oh. Tests make me nervous. What if I fail?
Not to worry, you have an unlimited number of attempts to pass the post-assessment. New information is presented using lectures and demonstration videos. Click the eye icon for a helpful instructions pop-up and the launch button to open the video. Select Menu, then the video title. You must watch the entire video to complete the training, and you cannot fast forward.
But what if I've already watched the video and simply need to look up a quick fact? Must I watch the whole thing again?
Good question. You can use the table of contents to jump to different sections of the video. Note, you can also toggle on and off the closed captions for accessibility.
Videos are great, but what about practicing the skills I'm supposed to learn?
Practice makes perfect. That's why the FLC curriculums offer a variety of optional practice exercises with clear instructions. But if you need extra help, simply click the eye icon.
Oh, excellent.
And that's not all. The curriculum has supplemental job aids. While not required reading, these are useful for future reference.
This sounds great. I think I'm ready to start learning.
For any additional questions, see Job Aid Fiscal 512 or contact the Fiscal Learning Center via email at fiscallearningcenter@fiscal.ca.gov.
Thanks to the FLC for this month's videos. Remember, you can watch them again when we post this episode of Fiscal TV to our YouTube channel in a couple of days. Now, it's time for my interview with the new Chief Information Security Officer here at Fiscal. Give our viewers a bit of your background to start us off.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Amitava Biswas, and I'm working as a Chief Information Security Officer at Fiscal. So I have a very varied experience in information technology. I have been working here for 35 years at different roles, starting from even sales, product management, operations, software development, and hardware development manager, and also in security and different functions like architect, and now I'm working as a CISO. I have education background in business, accounting, finance, technology, and a bit about law.
And what are your top cybersecurity priorities for fiscal year 2025-26?
So when I look at the priorities, it is generally driven by the risk perception based on what is our state and what is happening outside. So given that kind of situation, one of the first priority is hiring and staff development to gear them about the recent observation about what is happening outside in terms of risk. And the second one is focusing on the social engineering attacks and risks. So we are evaluating the social engineering risks in Fiscal and trying to see that what we should be doing in terms of adopting new technology, training people, and changing our processes.
And I imagine that those responsibilities change as time goes on. Is that correct?
Yes, definitely. It depends on the change of the threat landscape and also how, as we mature, because Fiscal was a smaller organization. Now Fiscal is a much bigger organization. So as our infrastructure also changes, we need to make change to adapt.
And then tell us, what are your strategic plans for information security at Fiscal?
Yeah, as I said, our top priority is hiring and staff development, followed by looking at the social engineering risks and taking actions in terms of technology, process, and practices.
And can you tell us some of the key projects you're working on right now?
Yeah, so I always put the manpower or human aspect the first. So training, staff development, and hiring are some of the areas we are looking at. And the next, about the processes, we are looking at the social engineering risks and trying to understand that given our processes, what kind of risk we are exposed to and what we should be doing in terms of bringing new technologies. So we are definitely adopting new technologies to address this kind of risks, which we have identified as our next year's priorities.
Now, I know that technology is always moving forward and quickly. Is there any technology out there that excites you right now?
Actually, excitement means more of a scaring. The Gen AI thing, that has completely changed our way of looking things. And that is because it has been much more easier for the attackers to launch social engineering attacks. For example, suppose when we are having online meeting with people, how do we know that is the authentic person? With Gen AI, now that problem has become very difficult to solve. Okay, just as an example. And there are other examples where the attackers can use AI to glean more information, make sense at a very high scale. That means they don't need to come and understand Fiscal, but they will use AI technologies to pick up, identify weaknesses within Fiscal, and then launch automated attacks without a human being in the loop. So what that means is that they can do this at scale and more accurately than before.
excuse me, the word you used before, scary, sounds pretty appropriate.
Yes, it does, because our thinking and our preparedness, we are not adapted to this AI that quickly. So we are still kind of if I may, that we are like a caveman in a more modern world, and we need time to really catch up. And that is what is scary, that we need to do a lot of catching up.
Yeah, it sounds scary. And we have a lot of end users here at Fiscal, of course. What are you doing regarding end user security awareness, and how are you training your technical staff?
So when we are thinking about the end user, rather than the technology, we are thinking that how can we enable them in a new kind of thinking so that they are more alert against the social engineering attacks. And this is because, as this is the industry has not been able to come out with good technical products to address this. It will take some time. So our last line of defense is always the person, the people, and it is their way of thinking. So they need to be more alert, and our job is to find out ways to train them. To train them means just not only doing some video recordings or showing them video recordings, but how can we ask them to think in a different manner. So possibly maybe some workshops, more branding, more conversation in the hallway. So we are thinking about all those different kinds of things. And the same thing inside within our security team, we are trying to change the way that people think. For example, the one good way we found out is that we are discussing news items of different attacks, trying to analyze. So all people are now thinking, trying to figure out that what happened, how we should be or can avoid that kind of situation in Fiscal. So there's a lot of non-traditional training, is more of a discussion based. So it's a kind of a peer training, if you may, or discussion. And people are now, in our security team, they are learning much more from this discussion, from this news, which are active, which are real life stories.
It sounds like the awareness level is pretty much 100%, not just every now and then.
Can you explain that by 100% what exactly you mean? So that
meaning that our end users, as well as everybody in Fiscal, needs to be on guard 100% of the time for any type of attacks coming at them.
Yes, definitely. And I wanted to emphasize a bit, because we Fiscal, if we have a problem, then I think the California government will stand still for a couple of days. So that means that we are a very much attractive target even for the state-sponsored hackers. So we are in we are in a bullseye, and therefore all people need to be very alert that this can happen at any point of time. So we cannot be just complacent that, okay, hey, our phishing, simulated phishing rate clicks at 0%, so therefore we are good. No, we cannot assume that.
Well, it sounds like Fiscal is lucky to have you here, and we were obviously glad to have you with us today on Fiscal TV. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much.
That's our show for today. Before we go, I'd like to remind you that Saturday support is still up and running and ends on September 2nd. Departments will receive an email asking if they need support for the following Saturday, so please be on the lookout for that. I'd like to thank David Tsymbal, Amanda Gutierrez, and Amitava Biswas for being here with us. A special thanks to the FLC for the 2 videos they provided. And as always, I'd like to thank you for watching. If you would like to see this or any of our Fiscal TV episodes, you can find them on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to let your colleagues know about us. And from everyone here at Fiscal TV, thanks for joining us. We'll see you in September on our next edition of Fiscal TV.